Welcome to Profoundly Human. This is an interview I did with my sons Walter, Harry, and Ralph on the 23rd of August, 2022. It was just after the All-Star game and there was still a lot of baseball left to play in the season. It has been a magical summer, one that transported me back to my childhood when all I did was play cricket and watch cricket. This was the summer my boys fell in love with baseball. Every day they played in the yard, and every day they watched the Cincinnati Reds. I loved playing catch with them in the yard and sometimes in the house. Don't tell Mrs. Kelly. They might be the biggest Reds fans in the world. Some days I would listen to them talking baseball around the dinner table, and I thought to myself, if someone was listening who didn't follow baseball, they would think the Cincinnati Reds are sure to win the World Series and that they had won the World Series every year for the last 10 years. Their optimism and enthusiasm were beautiful to watch and absolutely contagious. Harry played his first season on a team, and Ralph was disappointed he didn't get to after being placed on the injured reserve list with a broken leg. Harry clearly has some skills, as you can see here.
Oh yeah! Great shot, Harry. You got it. Good job, Harry.
See that? That's a lot. Go home. Go, 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 go. Yeah!
And his siblings are his biggest fans.
Nice job, Harry.
Here is one of Harry's post-game interviews.
So I'm here with Harry Kelly for the after-game interview. Harry, what was the highlight of today? Did you feel?
My double.
Your double. That was a great play. And how many home runs did you get today?
0.
0 home runs. I mean, what do you call it when you run a run in? What's that?
A run scored.
A run scored. How many runs scored did you have today?
2.
2 runs scored. And what's the final outcome of the game?
I had fun.
You had fun. That's a great final outcome of the game.
How many RBIs did you have?
How many RBIs?
How many runs did you bat in?
1.
Wait, what if? Oh yeah, because you bat. Okay, yeah.
All right.
You almost batted in a total of 4.
All right. Thank you, Harry Kelly. We appreciate you stopping for a moment for the after-game interview.
And here is Walter with all the stats and team info giving a pre-game interview.
We're with Walter Kelly for the pre-game interview. Walter, why don't you tell us about the lineup tonight?
Okay, first we have Jonathan India, the last year's Rookie of the Year, batting first and playing second base.
Very good.
Then we have Brandon Drury, the DH, batting second. Tommy Pham, the left fielder, batting third. Joey Votto, the first baseman, batting fourth. Kyle Farmer, the shortstop, batting fifth. Donovan Solano, this is his first game of the season because he was injured in spring training, at third base. And batting seventh, we have Matt Reynolds in right field. Albert Amor Jr. in center field, and Aramis Garcia doing the catching.
Fantastic. And what are you expecting from tonight's game?
Well, I think we can beat them because Farmer's one of the best hitters in the MLB against a left-hander pitcher. They have a left-hander on tonight, and our lineup looks pretty good.
Fantastic. Thanks for stopping by for the interview.
Welcome.
Here is Walter, Harry, and Ralph in a post-game interview after a Cardinals game.
How did it go for the Cardinals today, Walter?
Not very well because they lost the whole series.
The whole series. And what was the highlight of today's game, Harry, for you?
Probably I've been watching all the homers.
The homers, a lot of homers this week, wasn't it? Mostly for who, Ralphie?
The Reds.
The Reds. And did Joey Votto get any today?
Yep, he got a 3-1 smash.
I guessed
Three-run
it.
smash, yeah. Now, has he had a home run every game this series?
I think he had one in the opener and then the closer today, but he didn't have one yesterday.
Got it.
And last year he had 7 in a row. Some of them were multi-home run games. 7 games in a row that he had a home run.
Maybe the Cardinals should play the Red Sox, because after losing 28-3 to the Blue Jays,
Sounds about fitting.
they might have a chance against them. Do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I have a chance.
As I said, it was a magical summer. A summer spent making memories. A summer that taught me so many lessons and brought me so much joy. Here are some highlights in photos, followed by my interview with Walter, Harry, and Ralph. Watch, enjoy, remember. I hope more than anything else, it leads you to rediscover your passion and joy for something in your life. Whatever that something might be for you. For my boys right now, it's baseball.
It took some time, but I think I figured it out. How I'm feeling, how to answer my doubts and hesitation. I've heard the story before. My inspiration is any open door. I found a soundtrack. I felt the call to believe. The story's intact. The dream has just been conceived. I waited so long, or has it waited for me? It took me all wrong till my eyes could see that sometimes dreams can only crawl up from the bottom. Yeah, yeah. I wanna wake up. I wanna open my eyes. Take the shades up. Pull the sun from the sky. Step out in faith and step into something unknown. See what awaits and trust what isn't shown. Sometimes dreams can only come up from the bottom. Yeah, yeah. I wanna wake up. I wanna open my eyes. Take the shades up. Pull the sun from the sky and let everyone know I'm not the man that I was. Sometimes dreams can only come up from the bottom. Sometimes dreams can only come only up from the bottom. Sometimes dreams can only come up from the bottom. Sometimes dreams can only come up from the bottom. It took some time, but I think I figured it out. How I'm feeling, how to answer my doubts. And I've waited so long, or has it waited for me?
What do they do in the 7th inning stretch?
They sing "Take Me Out of the Ball Game."
Do they? I think we should do that to warm up. What do you think? Do you know how to sing "Take Me Out of the Ball Game," Ralphie?
Yeah.
Are you going to lead us, or who will do the leading?
Harry can.
Harry can do the leading. You want to do the leading?
Sure.
All right, let's go, Harry.
Take
Me out to the ball game.
Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. If it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Yes. All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
Good. Good. What's your name?
Ralph.
Ralph. Ralph who?
Ralph Kelly.
Ralph Kelly. And what's your name?
Harry Kelly.
Harry Kelly. And what's your name?
Walter Kelly.
Walter Kelly, yeah. So you're the Kelly brothers, are you?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the Kelly brother interview?
Yep.
Yes.
That's good. So, who's your favorite baseball team?
The Reds.
The Cincinnati Reds.
Who?
The Cincinnati
Cincinnati
Reds.
Reds.
Cincinnati Reds. Is that a new team?
No,
they're the oldest
team.
The oldest team
Yes.
of ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. And do you have any favorite players? Walter, do you have any favorite players?
Joey Votto.
Joey Votto. And what about you, Ralphie? Do you have any favorite players?
Joey Votto
Joey Votto?
and Jonathan India.
Jonathan India, yeah. And what about you, Harry? Do you have any favorite players?
Jonathan India.
Jonathan India also. So a lot of fans of Jonathan India and Joey Votto. What about favorite players from the past? Do you have any favorite players from the past, Harry?
I have a lot.
Tell us.
Barry Larkin, Frank Robinson, Eric Davis, Pete Rose, Chris Sabo, King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr.
Wow. What about you, Walter? Favorite players from the past?
All of them, basically all that Harry said, and Bruce.
Jay Bruce. Okay. And what about you, Ralpha?
Eric Davis,
Yeah.
King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr., the Cowboy, Barry Larkin, and Chris Sabo, and yeah.
Wow. Good. So let me ask you another question. Who are the Reds' mascots? Go ahead, Ralphie. Tell us one.
Mr. Red,
Mr. Red. And who else, Harry?
Rosie Red.
Rosie Red.
Gapper.
Gapper. And who else? Is there 4?
Yeah.
Who's the 4th one?
Mr. Red Legs.
Mr. Red Legs. And do you have a favorite, Ralphie?
probably Mr. Red, because we got to meet Mr. Red.
You got to
Legs.
meet Mr. Red?
Mr. Red Legs, yes.
Mr. Red Legs. And what did he say to you?
I don't remember.
You know why? I don't think he talks, does he?
Nope.
He doesn't talk yet. He
What?
might just be like 2 or 3, and maybe he'll start talking when he gets older.
No, we can talk, but the only reason he doesn't talk is nobody knows who he really is. But I know who he used to be.
You know who he used to be?
Who the old Mr. Red used to be.
Who did the old Mr. Red used to be?
The guy who owned the guy who owned the roses.
Oh, wow. And who's your favorite Reds mascot, Harry?
Probably Mr. Red or Mr. Red Legs.
And what about you,
Okay.
Walter?
Probably, I like all of them, especially Mr. Red Legs or Mr. Red.
Got it. Now, what is it that we love about baseball? What do you love about baseball, Harry?
I just like to play it and watch it.
You love to play and watch it, do you?
Mhm.
And what do you like about baseball, Walter?
I like trying to make like cool plays and this feeling that you get when you get to like hammer a ball.
Hammer a ball.
Yeah.
What's it like when you hammer a ball?
It's because it feels better than missing it because sometimes your arm hurts if you take a faulty swing and you try to swing as hard as you can.
Yeah.
If you don't make contact, then all it does is bounce back into you. It doesn't. If it hits the ball, it doesn't hurt.
Got it.
So
And what about you, Ralphie? What do you love about baseball?
It's just fun to play.
Fun to play? And when you go to the ballpark to watch a game, what does that feel like?
makes them seem more real.
Yeah.
Seems more. It's cool to see them to see their actual faces and such, not on a screen, but in real life. So.
Got it. And what about you, Harry? What does it feel like when you go to the ballpark? What happens inside of you?
It's really fun.
Yeah? Do you get excited?
Yep.
Do you get nervous for them?
No.
You get excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what about you, Ralphie? When you go to the ballpark, what's it feel like for you?
Happy inside.
Happy inside?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? You get all happy inside when you go to the ballpark?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how is it different when you watch a game on TV?
Because you're not actually there.
You're not actually there. Yes, but how does it feel different?
It's not as in the ballpark.
Realistic.
It feels more. It's like a different experience. If you're on your iPad, if you're watching on a TV, it doesn't really you can't see the stands. You can't and you only get the certain perspectives from what the camera shows. Not everything.
Got it. So not the full experience.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Ralphie? How's it different for you when you watch it on TV?
Because it's not realistic on it.
But you get to sit on your big beanbag.
Good point.
You don't get to sit on your big beanbag down at the ballpark, do you?
No, but
Do you think they should have beanbag seats at the ballpark?
Yeah.
but at the ballpark, you actually have a chance to get a real baseball.
You get a chance to get a real baseball foul ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're in fair territory, you could get a home run ball.
Or in fair territory, you could get a home run ball. That's I didn't think of that. That's very insightful. And now what about, let's talk about these beanbag chairs again, because I think we might be onto something here. Do you think if there was a section with beanbag chairs at the ballpark, do you think that would be popular?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think people would like that?
I think everybody would sit there, and I think the only place they would probably have those would probably be in the suite. So I think everybody would be buying a suite. No people in the stands.
Wow, that sounds pretty fun. Now, let me ask you this. Harry, what is your favorite play in baseball?
To watch a triple play.
What's a triple play?
And
Now, how often do triple plays happen? Do they happen every day?
No.
No? How many triple plays did the Reds have last season?
One.
One?
Yeah.
And who made that triple play?
Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
Mhm.
And do you remember it in your mind? Do you remember that triple play?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
So the batter hit a line drive to first, and the guy at first was off the base. He tagged him, and the guy who was at third base ran home and didn't see that he caught the ball, and then he lobbed it over to third base, and they got a triple play.
So he hit a line drive.
Mhm.
Joey Votto got the ball,
Mhm.
tagged the guy at first.
Mhm.
Then he threw the ball home
To third,
to third.
and he was out because you have to be on the base, and then if you want to run home, you have to tag the base and then go.
Okay. That was a great play. Let me ask you this. One more question for you, Harry. Who is one player you don't want to try and come home on?
Aquino,
Aquino. And why do you not want to try and come home on Aquino?
because he has a really strong arm.
A really strong arm.
Mhm.
How strong?
Really strong.
Like a what?
Let's say out of 100, 100.
Wow. And I've heard you call his arm something else before. What do you call it?
A cannon.
A cannon.
I
Like
think
a cannon,
And he
yeah?
throws so he'll throw strikes to the plate and they're at 100 miles an hour.
Is that right,
From
Harry?
the outfield, like the one that they showed us on the app, it had 100.9. He caught it and he threw it. It was a strike to the plate, and the runner didn't even slide. Like he was out by a mile.
Wow.
It wasn't even a close one.
Wow. So he has got a cannon, does he?
Mm-hmm.
He has a rocket.
And now I hear Joey Votto is going to be out for the rest of the season. Did you hear that, Ralphie?
Yep.
What's happened? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure he got surgery on something.
He got surgery on something. And do we know what he got surgery
Yeah.
on?
On his, I think it's rotator cuff, I think.
Rotator cuff, okay.
I think he had surgery on Friday. It went successful. I think now he's beginning his 6-month rehab, and he's expected back for spring training.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
Should we go to spring training next year?
Yeah.
You think we should do that?
Yeah, I want to be a ball boy.
You want to be a ball boy at spring training? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I want to be a ball boy too.
You want to be a ball boy too? All right. See what we can do there. Now, here's a very important question for all of you. You can all answer together. With Joey Votto out, do you think they're likely to call me up now for the rest of the season?
No.
Why not?
Because if they have a whole minor league system.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna call you up.
And Dad, I wonder why? Because I'm not sure if you want to get them to call you up. Because if you're first baseman, then they're gonna have to kick Mike Moustakas out for the season.
Kick Mike Moustakas out.
Yeah, and he's already and plus we got a whole minor league system. But
Hey,
first base isn't exactly the hardest position to play.
Oh, let me ask you something else. We've been playing catch in the backyard all summer.
Mhm.
Have I been improving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is my arm getting stronger?
Yes.
Is it a cannon?
Yes.
Yeah, and you should be at third base because
Third
you can
base.
barehand it.
So you think they might call me up to third base?
Yeah.
No,
For the rest of the
actually,
season.
no, because Farmer's been too insane. He moved from shortstop to third base, and he's like the top 5 in the league since he's moved there.
So you're saying I'm not better than Farmer?
No, not by a long shot.
What do you think, Ralphie?
And also one of the reasons is because you're over 40 and you're supposed to start when you're like 23 or 22.
I'm over 40. And what? What was the second bit?
I didn't even hear what he said.
Say it again, Ralphie. I'm over 40 and what?
Yeah, baseball players usually start when they're 22 or 21 or 23 or 24.
Oh, so I'm over 40 and baseball players usually start in their early
Plus,
20s.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure most people don't do baseball when they're like 50. That's not really how that works. Like, Pujols is old, and he's 42. And he's like the oldest guy in the MLB right now.
So he's like a dinosaur, is he?
But he's slugging a lot of homers. So your approach to the play would be, if I don't get it out of the stands, it's going to be a single or a home run.
Right.
That's going to be your approach to the play.
You don't think my
Oh,
hitting's good enough?
I'm not sure if you would be able to get to third base on a triple, even if you hammered it deep, and even if it was in the wall.
He
I'm
hit
pretty
one.
sure-
He went over the house.
If Aquino's in the outfield, you don't stand a chance of getting to second.
But Aquino's on my team.
But
So I'm not really concerned about Aquino.
Still, I'm pretty sure
and he's
then
cannon.
Judge or someone else could throw you out.
But we
Is
don't
that
play
right?
Judge for the rest of the season.
Is that right? Now, let me ask you this, Harry. Let me ask you this. Actually, Walter, let me ask you this first. How are the Reds doing this season in your assessment?
They're basically playing 50-50 ball, except for their 322 start. Since then, they're 45 and 50, so they're pretty close, I'd say. I wouldn't say that. I say that this is more of this year's more of just a rebuild, and they're just trying to get the rookies some experience for next year.
What do you think the biggest factor was in them having a 322 start?
All the injuries, but the reason we picked up is also because of all the young pitchers. But we're basically out of arms now because they're all so young. They can't go the whole season. So we're gonna have we might have guys from AAA coming up to pitch because all of our rookies are flat out of innings because they're just so tired. Because they're throwing quality starts like every time they're out.
Now, how many injuries did we have in the first part of the season? How many people are on the list?
Like 23.
23.
Yeah, roughly 23.
That's
Not-
a lot of injuries.
Yeah, and it kind of hasn't so we came back and we lost more guys. This hasn't really been doing so far. So, yeah.
Got it. Now let's talk about the trading this season. Harry, what did you think about the trades that the Cincinnati Reds made this season?
Some of them were good and some of them were bad.
Okay, tell us about a couple.
So I think the first one that they made was to get rid of Tommy Pham to the Boston Red Sox for a guy to be named later.
A guy to be named later.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a mystery trade, is it?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think we could.
I think first they should tell us the player, and then we either get it now, they may either get it now, or get two players when we get them.
Good negotiating. Very good negotiating. And tell us about another trade, Harry.
Tyler O'Malley he went to the Twins.
And what did we get?
We got 2 prospects.
2 prospects.
Or was it 4? I think just 4 prospects.
3.
Oh yeah.
And Walter, tell us about another trade.
So Luis Castillo was traded to the Mariners for novelty Marte, Edwin Orio, and 2 other minor league prospects. And the first 2 I told you about, they're in the top 100. One of them was at 55, one of them was at 18. So we got a good trade for Castillo. Mally's was okay because we got this really good guy that's just outside the top 100 named Spencer Steer, who can play second base and third base. Now, the Dury trade was a horrible trade because we got one guy named Victor Acosta. He's a shortstop, but we only got one guy, and he was slugging like almost 20 home runs.
Who was?
Dury. He was batting above league average. His OPS was in the higher 800s. So I think we deserved at least 2. I think we should have asked for their top catching because our catching has been injured again and again. We're on 3rd and 4th string, so we could always use another catcher.
Got it. And were there other trades that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, and there was also Tyler Naquin's trade where him and Philip Deal got traded to the Mets for Jose Acuna and Hector Rodriguez.
And Harry, what did you think of that trade?
I did not like it because I got to meet Naquin like a week before that.
You did get to meet Naquin. Now, this year you got to go to the Reds baseball camp, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
And what was that like?
It was fun.
Yeah? And what was your favorite thing about the Reds baseball camp?
I think it was fun doing the things that we usually do at the place that we were doing it, but we did it at the Red Stadium.
And what was that like?
It was fun.
I saw videos of you catching balls bouncing off the wall.
No, like we were supposed to jump onto the wall.
Onto the wall.
And catch it. So.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And so that's where you met Naquin?
Mm-hmm.
And did he give a talk to the guys at the camp?
Yeah.
And what did he say? What was his main message?
Well, one of the ones that I picked up, so he could have got drafted out of high school, but by the Orioles, I think. And he decided to go to college, and he got drafted by the Guardians.
That's right. And what did he say? What was his message?
I think he said something like,
I can't remember what he said.
I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Did he recommend that you do something?
Yeah, go to college.
Go to college?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a pretty good recommendation. Let me ask you something, Ralphie. Have you ever met a Major League Baseball team owner?
Yep, I met Bob Castellani.
Bob Castellani. And what team does he own?
The Reds.
What Reds? What city are the Reds in?
Reds.
Oh, the Cincinnati Reds. And when you met Bob Castellani, did he give you any special gifts?
He gave me a cowboy ball, and he gave me a Major League foul ball that he signed it.
He signed it?
Yes.
And what did he write on it?
I don't remember.
You write to Ralphie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it in a little glass thing?
Yep, in a glass case. And then next to my Nick Castellanos Majors bat that he used in the Majors.
You got a Nick Castellanos bat?
Yes.
He used it in the Majors?
Yes.
And what happened to it when he used it?
Crack.
It got a crack. It's got a big crack in it, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. And, all right. Let me ask you, Harry, who is the greatest Reds catcher in history?
Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench. What do you know about Johnny Bench?
He was a 10-time Gold Glove and a 5-time MVP.
10-time Gold Glove and a 5-time MVP. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, Walter, let me ask you a question. Who is the best Reds shortstop in history?
Barry Larkin.
Barry Larkin. And Harry, have you ever met a Hall of Famer?
Yep, I met Barry Larkin.
You met Barry Larkin,
Mhm.
and he's a Hall of Famer?
Yep.
And what was it like to meet Barry Larkin?
It was really fun.
Yeah? He was surprised that you knew who he was, wasn't he? Because
Yes.
you're only 9.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought, what did he say to you? He said, you're too young to know who I am.
Yeah.
Where did you get to meet him?
I got to meet him in the announcer's box.
In the announcer's box, that's right. And then did you get to do a pre-game interview in the broadcast booth?
Yep.
And was that fun?
Yeah.
Do you think we should play that for the people?
Yeah.
That's Harry, any commentary on the game today? What are you expecting from the game today?
That the Reds win.
What the Reds win? And do you think that the Dodgers will be a formidable opponent?
Yes.
Yes. And who do you think will be the troublesome players on the Dodgers for the Reds today?
Probably Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
We got to watch Freddie Freeman, do we? All right, that's good to know.
All right, now let me ask you all this question. If you were the general manager of the Cincinnati Reds, who would you be looking to get on the team over the next 2 or 3 years?
Guerrero.
Who?
Barrero.
Barrero. Where's he from?
He's from Toronto.
He's from Toronto. So you want, if you were the general manager of the Cincinnati Reds, you'd be going after Barrero. Is that right?
Yeah, Guerrero.
Guerrero.
Yeah.
Okay, Guerrero. And Harry, if you were the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, who would you be looking to get?
Maybe Jacob deGrom,
Yep.
Shohei Ohtani, and maybe Aaron Judge.
Walter, if you were the general manager of the major leagues Cincinnati Reds team, who would you be looking to get onto the team?
It would depend on what the finances were and what we could afford and what we couldn't afford. At the moment, it's,
Well, let's just dream a little bit. Let's
I would be looking probably for some starting pitching.
starting pitching.
Maybe probably either some starting pitching or maybe a first baseman.
Got it. Okay. Anyone in mind?
If I had to pick starting pitching, well, it would have been nice if we could have just kept the guys we had, but probably anyone that was like a younger pitcher so we could have him for a bit. And as far as first base goes, maybe a more experienced third baseman for when Joey Votto is done with his career.
Okay.
So I think we'll probably just move one of our shortstops over there because we have like a buttload of shortstops. So.
Got it. Okay. Now, Ralphie, let me ask you a question. Who was Rookie of the Year in 2021?
Jonathan India.
Jonathan India. Do you have a Rookie of the Year Jonathan India bobblehead?
Yep.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And let me ask you another question. Who is your sister's favorite player?
Nick Lodolo.
Who?
Nick Lodolo.
Nick Lodolo. And what does he do?
He pitches.
He pitches. And does your sister have a special cheer for Nick Lodolo?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Yo, let's go Lodolo.
She's funny, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. So while we're talking about pitching, how strong is the Cincinnati pitching lineup at the moment, Walter?
So we have 3 talented rookies that came up this year: Green, Lodolo, and Ashcraft. All very different, and all have had success. Ashcraft gets a lot of ground balls. He's worked down his velocity, but it's become more efficient. He's going deep into games, and Lodolo's been He's been pitching better. He's had some trouble at being just a left-handed with all the right-hand bats. But last start, he threw 7 scoreless innings. I had a perfect time. So he's doing good. And Green, he's had a little bit of rookie issues with the fact because he throws really hard, but he's had a lot of problem with a lot of long balls, a lot of home runs, and a lot of hard contact. He's had a lot of strikeouts, but he's also had a lot of homers. So but he's been working it down and finding new pitches. They all have been developing, so getting better.
Excellent. Now, what about the bullpen? How's the bullpen looking? The relieving pitches, that sort of thing.
So Alexis Diaz, the brother of Edwin Diaz, who is an all-star starter for the New York Mets, he has been phenomenal with like a in the ones ERA, he is like 3-1. He has the highest strike whiff rate on a fastball in the whole MLB, and he's a rookie. And his opponent average is like 120. So he's looking a lot like his brother in the way that he's brutal, that he's really efficient, and he's recently had a 5-out save and a 6-out win. Like he can eat up innings and keep them scoreless.
Wow.
And one of our pitchers who has made a great improvement this year is San Martin, who came up a lot last year and now is a rookie this year. And last year he just came out at the end to pitch a few starts. But so this year, and he started and he was like 0-4 with like a 7 ERA.
Wow.
But in relieving, he is 4-0 with like a 2 or 3 ERA. So he's been doing really well as a bullpenner and better than he did as a starter. And the rest of our bullpen's kind of been injured here and there, so we haven't really had the full bullpen. But I think we've got a lot of experience in the guys for next year when all of the other guys come back. So I think we should be set in the bullpen.
Got it. Now, Ralphie, let me ask you this. Your brother Harry here is 9. What do you think he's going to be when he grows up? Do you think he's going to be a fireman or a policeman or a doctor or a school teacher, or what do you think he's going to be when he grows up?
Well, when he was little, he wanted to be a policeman or a fireman, but now he wants to be a baseball player.
And do you think he'll be a baseball player?
Yep.
Maybe in the minor leagues?
Oh, he's gonna go from AA to AAA to the majors in one day.
In one day, from AA to AAA to the majors in one day.
Yep.
Wow. And who do you think he'll play for?
I think if he wants to get represented, he would probably be the Reds.
It'd be the Reds. Yeah. And so, how confident are you that he's going to play in the major leagues?
Very confident, because I'm pretty sure he's definitely going to.
He's definitely going to.
Yep.
So do you think we should get him to sign some stuff now? Do you think we should get him to sign some stuff? What should we get him to sign?
Well, all of us already have a signed baseball by him.
You all want to have a signed baseball by him, do you?
Well, we already do.
You already do. Yeah. You think that'll be very valuable one day?
Yep, you have one in your office literally right now.
I do have one in my office, don't I? The first ball he ever signed, sitting right in my office in a little glass case. So, okay, that's good. Now, Walter, they talk about 5-tool players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Harry's going to be a 5-tool player?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Definitely. The way I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, let's see. What was he now? Like, if he's 9 now, I would say he's going to be 22 probably. 22 when he starts the MLB probably, because he'll go to college. So I would think 13 years from now, would be the 2035 draft, first round, and somewhere between the first, second, or third, and probably somewhere I would think in the infield.
In the infield. Now,
Maybe
Harry,
outfield.
you can bat and you can pitch and you can play first base and you can play in the outfield and you can play shortstop. Where would you most like to play?
I think I'd be a good shortstop.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like Barry Larkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best shortstop out there playing now in all the teams?
Well, I think it may have been Kyle Farmer before, but now, because he moved to third base.
Kyle Farmer moved to third. Does that mean there's an opening for me in shortstop?
No, that's
No.
Jose Barrera's job, and you don't stand a chance to shortstop. During our trades and even before that, we have a buttload. We have five shortstop or third basemen in the top 100, and all of them.
I'm fast like a panther.
You can't beat De La
Jose-
Cruz.
Jose-
He bats from both sides, and he hit a 512
Jose
homer.
Barrero can play every single position except for pitch. and catch.
Okay, well that's good. I can play shortstop and he can play somewhere else.
No, we have plenty of shortstops. That's like the last position you would end up. Like if they called you up, you wouldn't be even close to shortstop
Not ever.
because we have At least not right now, because we have a lot of good shortstops. For instance, one of them hit like a 512 homer and bats like over 300 with like a huge on base percentage. So that's not gonna.
I haven't had a chance to show my stuff. I just haven't had a chance. Have I, Ralphie? I've not had a chance to show my stuff.
If they
How do I have a
seen your
chance to be a
stuff,
shortstop?
It wasn't fair. I grew up in Australia playing cricket, so I didn't get a chance to show my stuff.
Well,
it might be in there. It might
they
be.
call you up and you got a 1 or 2 year career and that's it. You don't got. It's not gonna be like a pool hole long career. It's not gonna it's not even gonna be like 3 years. It's gonna be 2 or 1.
All right. Let me ask you this, Harry. Do you think the Cincinnati Reds will win a World Series in your lifetime?
Yes.
Yes? And when do you think that'll happen?
Next year.
Next year. Okay. What do you think, Ralphie? Do you think the Cincinnati Reds will win a World Series in your lifetime?
Yep.
And when
This
you predict
year.
this year? But they're 20 games out of the wild card, so it could be a little bit difficult this year, don't you think?
Yeah. And
Or
there's
do you
only
see some miracles happening here in the last 40 games?
I see everybody getting a home run in the next 100 games.
Wow. Which pitcher on the Cincinnati Reds is most likely to pitch a perfect game next year?
Hunter Green.
Hunter Green.
Against which team?
I think your sister might disagree with that.
Which team?
Cincinnati Reds.
No, I mean against what team?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, because it kind of does depend on who they have in the lineup.
Why?
Because Green almost pitched a no-hitter against the Pirates. We technically pitched a no-hitter, but we lost it because we gave up a walk and then we gave up an RBI ground out. So we kind of lost, but we still technically won.
Actually, no,
and we were the 6th team ever for that to ever happen to.
Wow.
Which is kind of sad. I would have rather had to make a hit than lose the no-hitter.
Got it. Now, how would you've had some fairly epic baseball games in the yard this summer.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe those games to someone who's never seen one?
Very fun.
Very fun. And what's your favorite part about playing in the yard with your brothers and your sister?
Hitting it to the end of the yard.
To the end of the
To the
yard.
end of your-
We see balls in trees. I see balls on the roof. I see balls on the road. You know, what has been the biggest hit this year, do you think, Ralphie?
Well, would me and Harry both hit one into the grass by the hayfields.
The hayfields. All the way to the hayfields.
Yeah.
Does that include the one we had as a family baseball game? If it includes that, then probably one of those 2 balls I hammered to left. If not, then is it a height or how far it goes? Because I have height. I don't have a foul line, so I don't know if they're fair or not.
So we don't know if it's a foul ball or a fair ball.
Because I usually pull them a lot, but they usually are home runs. But we kind of have a different fair foul line. So
Got it.
I think I've hit the deepest shot when they were playing. Ralphie threw me a pitch, and I hit one all the way base and almost got in the hayfield.
That's because it took quite a few bounces.
No, that's where it landed.
No, it bounced.
Where?
It bounced along the way, or
Yeah.
went there on the fly? Did it go there on the
So
fly?
It didn't get
probably
in the
flew,
hayfields.
it probably flew maybe 2 yards into the grass, and then it bounced a couple times and rolled a bit.
Maybe 3 yards.
Got it. Now let me ask you, Ralphie. What's your favorite thing about when you play catch with your dad? What's your favorite thing?
Making sliding catches.
Making sliding catches. You really do like those sliding catches, don't you? Why do you like that so much?
It's fun to slide and catch it.
Yeah. What about you, Harry?
It's just really, really fun.
You like having fun with your dad playing catch? What about you, Walter?
I have 2 things. I like to just have time with you and play with you, and I also like to try to make crazy catches, to jump at whether it's jumping at the wall or sliding on the ground or just full out just trying to catch a ball that that's just like a 1% chance of me catching it.
Got it. All right. Very good. Now, Walter, this year the Reds got to play in a very special game. What was that?
The Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams game. Yeah. Did you boys like the Field of Dreams game?
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
lost.
What did you like about the Field of Dreams
I
game?
liked the most about it that all the players had experiences about it, especially Joey Votto.
Yeah.
He's my favorite player. I liked that they all had a connection and how it affected their life and how Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. passed, like the father and the son do in the movie.
Yep.
And that and how cool and historic their uniforms were.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Did you get a chance to get one of those hats?
Yeah, I got a hat.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Ralphie, what did you like about the Field of Dreams game?
I like how the Reds were close to winning it.
They were close to winning it. Harry, what was the best play for you in the Field of Dreams game, do you think?
Probably Aquino's throw to third to get PJ Higgins.
With his cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how he does it, Ralphie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that how he does it?
Yep.
Now, what about in the third innings? What did they do to Joey Votto, Harry? What did they do to Joey Votto in the third innings?
They mic'd him up.
They mic'd him up.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to play,
Mm-hmm.
and what were they doing?
Talking to him.
They were talking to him,
Mhm.
and having a conversation.
Mhm.
Do you remember anything he said? You told me one thing he said the other day. You said that he said, if you want to make it as a batter in the major leagues,
You have to time a fastball.
you have to learn how to time a fastball.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Walter, have you seen the movie Field of Dreams?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part of the movie?
When the son and the father play catch.
Right at the end of the
Mhm.
movie?
Mhm.
It's a great movie, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie. And do you think you'd like to go to the Field of Dreams game one day, Ralphie?
Yeah.
Would that be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as we make sure it would not get rain delayed.
As long as we make sure it doesn't get rain delayed.
Yes.
Right, because then the corn might all grow up. And it might grow all over
It
the
can't
whole,
do it
it
can do
might
that
grow
overnight.
over the whole
That's
field
not how that works.
during the rain delay.
And that's not gonna happen for like another few years because now they're building a permanent stadium.
Permanent stadium. Yeah, so there's going to be no Field of Dreams game next year. Is that right?
I don't think so.
I think you're right. Now, let me ask you this. Walter, what are your hopes for the Reds next season?
Just to get experience because next season I'm expecting they're gonna bring up some of because this year we kind of covered young pitching. Next year is gonna be more of young batting. So I think that we need to just give them experiences, and if we might make it to the postseason, but I think our best shot is to just kind of try to get out of where because most teams see us as a selling team. I want us to just be a team that does that, like one of the more buyers, because then we don't get picked on and then we don't lose our good guys.
Got it.
Because like certain teams like the Mariners, they got all these good guys, like they're not there and like but no one like wants to take them. So like if we can become one of those teams by then and just kind of slowly just build everything up and get our rotation set, then we should be fine for like 2024, 2025 are probably going to be our best 2 years, maybe the next few years after that too, like in that zone.
Got it.
But I think next year's just going to be more of let's see how we go. We might make it to the postseason, but because this year we have beat a lot of some of the better teams in the AL. Like we beat the Yankees in a 3-game series, 2 out of 3. We swept Tampa Bay, and we did not do as well against Toronto. We split with Boston. We took 2 of 3 from the Orioles, and then this upcoming month we have a 2-game set against Boston. So if we win both of them, then we have have a big winning record against the AL East.
All right, very good. What about you, Harry? What are your hopes for the Cincinnati Reds next season?
I want them to win a World Series.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Ralphie? What are you hoping to see from the Cincinnati Reds next season?
I hope that next year they get more people into the All-Star game, and then we win the All-Star game.
Get more people in the All-Star game, and then we win the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something to add to that. I want us, the NL, to win their first game in the past next year in the past 9 years, because we've lost the past 9.
That's right. Now, what about the Ralphie, did you see this year the home run derby?
Yep. What's the whole thing?
You think they're going to call me up for the home run derby next year?
No.
No?
They might call you up to pitch.
The spots will be filled after all the stuff they do to get people in there.
Yeah, no, and plus, I'm not sure. As I said before, if you go through the minor leagues, it would take too long. By then, you wouldn't even be. I don't think you'd be eligible for the MLB by the time you got through the minor leagues.
Interesting. Harry, what did you think of the home run derby?
I liked watching it
Yeah, was that the first home run derby you've seen?
live.
First one live. Yeah, and what were you thinking when you were watching the home run derby?
The guy who I was rooting for lost.
Yeah, who was that?
Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, and who ended up winning?
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto, yeah.
Then he got traded to the Padres.
Then he got traded to the
It
Padres.
was a big trade.
Everyone got traded to the Padres.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the Padres just
No.
went shopping, you know,
should have
at
seen
the end of
You
July.
should have seen the deal. It knocked it. So it kind of, I would say it kind of helped the both teams because you see, funny thing is, just because the Padres got all this talent all together, does not mean they're going to win. They're actually losing still as much as they were before. Somehow they're doing okay, but like they're not doing as good as they were before earlier. Because like Soto and Bell, which are the two All-Stars, they got sent over.
Yeah.
And then they got like a ton of really good prospects from San Diego. Well, now what does San Diego have? They got one top prospect in the top 100. Their farm system's in the bottom like 5. They don't, and they're still not winning because they don't make it this year, and they're gonna have to actually sign Soto next year because he's still on the Nationals contract, but they have him right now. So if they don't make it to the postseason this season, this is like they're going all in. But like some team, but the Nats are like, we're not gonna make it to the World Series, so let's just try, or the postseason, so let's just try to build up our farm system. So that's why they're one of the higher ones as opposed to the lower ones. Now some teams like the Dodgers, they're insanely good, but they also have an insane farm system. Like they're ranked number 2 out of 30, and they're still better than us, and we're 4th. So,
Wow. Harry, who did the Cincinnati Reds trade to the Padres?
Brandon Drury.
Brandon Drury, and he went there. And did he have a good start over there?
Yeah, first pitch he hit a grand slam.
First pitch.
Mhm.
So he leaves the Cincinnati Reds.
Mhm.
He goes to the Padres, and first pitch he hits a grand slam.
Mhm.
Where'd it go?
And where home runs go? To left field.
Deep into left field.
Pretty deep.
Yeah. And how did you feel when he did that?
I'm like, oh, so we had to do it with the Padres.
So he had to do it with the Padres. Yeah.
Just like the second I turned on, the pitch happened, and I'm like, oh, Brandon Drury's up. And then where does it go? The stands with the bases loaded.
Now, we talked about the things that you want to see next year. And you talked about winning the World Series. And you talked about
Winning a World Series.
winning the World Series.
Yeah.
And you talked about winning a World Series.
No, I think
Getting more people in the All-Star game than winning the All-Star game.
I
Got
was
it.
talking about all of the prospects and such.
But this is my concern.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned the beanbag chairs.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure those would be too expensive to maintain for the whole stadium. Like maybe like a one in each suite.
It could be
but
the only one in the world, like a beanbag stadium.
thing is, though, that'd be way too expensive for an upkeep.
Would
That's
it?
not. That's
How do you
not.
know? How do
Like
you
that's one thing if you're the Dodgers or the Yankees and you got all this moolah, but this is Cincinnati and we're not. I'm pretty sure, especially because you have to have like them all cleaned, and that's no.
What if you let people bring their own beanbags to the stadium?
That would become
What do you-
chaotic.
It would be chaos, would it?
And
Or would it be fun? Is sometimes chaos a little bit of fun, Ralphie?
Yeah, and also one thing, the players get paid like $200 million. I think they can let the players pay for them, and then they can pay them a little extra.
Oh, so the players can pay for the beanbags.
I don't think beanbags
Okay,
are a
that
good
could be a
idea.
good-
Period.
Could be a good contract
I think
negotiation
they should.
point.
I think we should just forget about the beanbags because that's not a good financial decision.
Okay, I'll take that back to the committee. Now, let me ask you this. Baseball is a game of history and tradition and lots of families have baseball traditions.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be our baseball tradition?
Going to closing day.
Going to closing day. Because a lot of families go to opening day, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's easy to be a fan on opening day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So our family tradition is going to what?
Closing day.
Closing day. You know, because that's when the real fans are still there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Still there, they're still persevering. They've got loyalty, they've got commitment, they've got dedication, they've got perseverance.
Yep.
Do you have all those things, Ralphie?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you on closing day. Do you have all those things, Harry?
Yep.
We will see you on closing day too.
Yep.
Walter, do you have all those things?
Yep, and also I think you're actually a real Cincinnati fan if you go anywhere between when school starts and between like in the final month, especially if your team's doing bad. Because you see, if you have like say you didn't have as much work in summer, but now you do, you're not gonna go to all of it. You're not gonna go to like any games if you're losing. So the thing is that if you go somewhere in like September or October, like not the postseason, everyone wants to go there, but like not like end of the season for a team that's not doing so well.
Got it. Now, here's the thing. You guys, you watch the game every day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you get bored of it?
No.
Never?
No.
You just like it, do you?
Sometimes I have to go take a break if the other team has made a lot of runs. I'm like, I need to cool down. This is not.
Got it.
I sometimes I'll
Now,
come back to it later.
When I take you to the ballpark, sometimes we get to like 6th or 7th innings, and I'll say, hey, boys, you want to go home and watch the rest on the game?
We say no.
You say no. Harry, you always want to be there for the last pitch. Why do you always want to be there for the last pitch?
Because I like to see at the end of the game because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen, don't
Especially
you?
when you're in Cincinnati. There's like we literally the best time to go to a Reds game would have been anywhere during our home stretch in top of July. We had no walk-offs. We had 5 by the end of that 11. We walked off half the games. So you would go to bed like way later because we'd walk it off, and it'd be like, oh, it's tied to extra innings we go, and it has just become a constant thing that we do a lot. We're usually in the game. It's usually a long game.
You like walk-offs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
However, if
You like walk-offs, do you, Ralphie?
Yes.
not when the other team.
What do you
doesn't
like
cheat.
about walk-offs, Ralphie?
Well, yeah, when you win the game with a walk-off, you know what happens?
Tell me.
They dump the whole cooler of water on the player's head.
They dump the whole cooler of water on the player's head if they get a walk-off, do they?
Yep.
That's fantastic. Well, I've really enjoyed our conversation today, Ralphie.
Mhm.
Have you had fun?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thank you, Harry.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Walter.
Welcome.
Ralphie, why don't you come over and give your daddy a cuddle? What did you think of this interview?
I liked it.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think you'll come back and have another interview someday?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. And any questions we missed?
Oh yeah, we missed the Johnny Bench one.
Johnny Bench. What do you want to say about Johnny Bench?
How many Golden Gloves he had?
How many Golden Gloves does he have?
10.
Wow. Can you imagine?
Yep.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yep, but Salvador Perez has 11. One more than him.
That's fantastic. All right, Harry. You got a hug for your dad?
He won one last year, but he only has one. Just 1 or 2.
How do we do, Harry?
Good.
Yeah? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
That's good. And any questions we missed?
No.
No? And did you think of any questions we should ask next time?
No, not yet.
Not yet? You're going to work on that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, Walter.
No, the question what we should check in on next time is, did Daddy make it to the major leagues?
Come
And
this
I
way.
know the
Come this
answer.
way, man.
It's gonna be no.
Say that
It's gonna
again?
be no. The question we're gonna ask is, did he make it to the major leagues?
Did I?
And everyone's gonna say no.
I might surprise you one day, man. I might
Yeah.
surprise you.
Yeah, I know.
Don't lose faith in me.
But if I don't, I'm pretty sure I would notice if I didn't unless you said, "Oh, I'm going just for like a trip for a week," and then you ended up being in the minor leagues. Like, I'm pretty sure I would find out sooner or later.
Is that right?
He'll check the rosters.
He'll check the rosters, really. All right, hats on. Hats on. Should we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game again?
Wait, isn't there a special one they had for the Field of Dreams? What was that? Didn't they add something about the? Was it the coin? Was it the field?
I have
Cornfield
no
or ballpark?
idea.
Okay.
Take Me Out to the Cornfield?
I
Yeah.
don't know. It was something like that. I couldn't remember. Whatever.
Should we sing Take Me Out again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ready, set,
Go.
go.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame.
Oh, it's 1, 2,